Okay, 45-15. See what we've got today. Let's just support the pawn with the knight. Nice and simple, straightforward. As usual, supporting the pawn. And let's take with the pawn. Here's 45 minutes and a 10-second increment. We don't need to play this fast, but it looks like we're familiar with this opening at the minute. So let's just get our pieces in position and castle. I would expect it to slow down now a little bit. They're wanting to champion here, but they've gone for an overextension, but it's also looking to try and double the pawns here. So I'm just going to bring the queen up and support the bishop. It's also got a pathway for his queen looking to come in here at some point, but we will take with the queen. Head of the snake, we're looking at trying to get rid of that. Bishop supporting here, so I'm fairly happy with that. So I do think I'm going to hit this pawn. Takes. I think we're going to continue with that. Take with the bishop. Take with the pawn. Rook's obviously going to be looking to come across, looking to hit the queen, x-raying through, with the potential for the pawn pushing here. Gone for a single attack. It's coming for a pawn, looking for a nice juicy fork on the queen and the rook. So they lose a bit of tempo. We go and attack it. Pushes a pawn, supports it. I think for now we can come here. It's either here or here. This one is directly hitting the king, x-raying. I think we'll go with this, and it's also x-raying the pawn that's got no protection as well. So we'll go that way. And they have done supporting the knight, but we can just hit the knight with the pawn. So it looks like we may be getting this pawn without suffering much repercussion. Oh, for crying out loud. Take back. I don't think they'll allow a take back though, will they? It's obviously a mouse slip. Oh, bless them. Bless them. Genuine mouse slip. Okay, so they've got a pawn back. We've given them the pawn back. Maybe we shouldn't have done the move after all. We've given them the pawn back. We can attack the knight, and he's going to take the bishop, and he's doubling our pawns. We could bring the bishop here, supporting the pawn, but that is not what we wanted. So we're kind of discombobulated now. So we're ending up doubling the pawns anyway. It doubles. Rook attacks the pawn, pushes down. Okay, let's do that and take. And this rook can't actually attack there because this pawn is still there. Oh, the plans have all gone to pot. Ah, dear me. Let's just bring the queen here. He's probably looking for a wraparound. Yep, so he's still continuing. This pawn doesn't have any protection on. We can look to attack it. Still got the x-ray through to the king. So it's all gone wrong. I shouldn't have rushed taking that pawn. Going for the pawn. Should have sorted my position out first. Going to attack the rook. Take. So we're owning the file briefly. Might be a benefit. Queen's getting into... excuse me, just bit my tongue. Getting into position. Going to bring the rook here. Looking to see if we can maybe get a 2-on-1. And we could slide the queen across here. Back in the pawn. Still hitting this pawn. But his queen is going to be coming here. And if they forget themselves, we can take it. Although it's not for free. It's moved across, so is he finding a different way of attacking our king? Squeeze in, nope. Oh, he's protecting the pawn, still me. So we can come here and attack it twice. I think that's what we'll do. Bring the rook back. Those games where you know you messed up in the earlier part and now you're trying to scrabble a half decent position together, mainly looking for a draw. So he's coming back again to really attack the king. So we take with the rook, then he's not coming there, but he's probably coming here to attack this pawn. Okay, take with the rook. And he's gone for it, so we'll take. Not that that's any great shakes, but maybe attack the pawn and get the king up somehow. Don't think we're going to get in there, are we? Just keep pushing this pawn up, or is he going to come round the back? He's going to come round the back with the rook into and just get these pawns. Okay, let's move the king. Take this pawn then, but then he comes for this pawn and gets that pawn. What do we do? Just giving us that pawn for free, but it's not really free. Let's go with this. Maybe we can get this pawn if he's coming for this pawn. And this pawn is going to be the passer. Proposes a take back. I'm going to have to allow it, aren't I? Because they allowed me the last one. So they obviously didn't realise the pawn was going to be taken there. So it's the take back session. Don't usually really do take backs really, because when we're playing over the board, you know, you you make a mistake and you get punished. But we're both. Oh no, dude! No, that's not the way. That's not the way. It's a bit of a mess, this game. Alright, well, fair enough. That's the art of chess, isn't it? Looks like they've left the game. I will claim victory. No, do you know what? I'm going to call it a draw. I'm going to call it a draw because we both messed up. Go on to the next one. 45-15. I'm going to say it wasn't we hadn't warmed up, so maybe that was the reason, but you know, sometimes when we do warm up we still make these mistakes. It is narration mode that gets me in trouble. Do the calculation. Simple captures. Let's just block the pawn. Get the bishop out so we can get castled. Let's castle. Get the bishop out. Take the bishop. Or get the queen supporting, or bring the bishop back. Let's take. Get the knight up. Getting his knight out. Not that knight, so he's coming for the bishop. Let's push this pawn just to support the pawn, but also stop the knight from jumping. Look to move the queen off of the line. Off the attack of the bishop, X-ray. I'm going to bring the queen up a little bit. Really wanted to go here, but they've got the knight there at the moment. Attacking the bishop opens up, doubles these pawns, but the knight will take actually because they'll be on our queen. We don't have to take. And I still won't be able to go for this because this knight is there. Anything else? Maybe we can just attack the bishop and you just take it off the board. Right, so the king's got company. They might start harassing the knight with the pawn. Tantalizing, maybe trying to come across the front somehow. Has he landed on anything? Not quite. Lone queen. What's it doing there? So we could attack, but then obviously take the knight. Could attack, but he's attacking the knight. We could bring this knight here, but then he pushes the pawn down, the knight's trapped. I think we're going to have to bring this knight down because of all those combinations. That's a little bit clever, really. Looks like we're going to have to put in the super juice. We're going to hit the queen. It's kind of stopping the knight from jumping here. Maybe the queen's coming. Oh, they're going to come here because then if the knight comes here, the pawn can't take. So that's pretty straightforward. Okay. I don't know why that's taking long. That's pretty obvious. I saw it straight off. Oh, interesting time. So they're not doing that. Well, that's a shocker. Could hit the head of the snake, but it kind of leaves this pawn by itself. Regroup. King needs company. So I think I want to move the king. See if there's any space that can be made. It's going to start ramping down here. If I bring this rook here, maybe get the queen here or something like that. Don't think there's anything major that we can attack on any side. Try and keep the queen safe. Depends what they do. So this pawn is only protected by the rook at the minute. Would look to double up somehow. Is there any attacks there? Nope. Do I continue with the queen coming back here? Or do we push the rook up looking to double? I think the basics of chess should work for us, shouldn't it really? Just go for nice simple, going for the double. I don't think there's any need for the queen coming back here now, based off of what they've just done. But either this rook coming here to come here. No, they're urgent. They're wanting to blast open, so then they've got loads of pieces managing this area. Look at all the key squares, you know, for the answer to chess process. Wow, they jump in, they're going to be on the queen, knight takes, and it's going to be a massive take fest. This pawn doesn't have any protection on, so if we do take and the knight takes, the queen can come and put a check on at least. So I'm actually going to do that. Pawn does take, so we can take with the queen. Let's not rush it though, because we didn't do a calculation proper. We just said that it can take. Takes with the check, they have to deal with the check. Don't think there's anything too major, is there? This rook is supporting here. I'm going to just take and put the check on. The onus is on them, so they do move. We've got like 3 pieces on there. They've got 3 pieces protecting, so we could just look to bring another piece into the game. Is our queen getting hit? Rook could hit it. This knight's defended. Let's just bring another piece in. So +1, but as we say, being +1 doesn't mean you've won the game at all in any way, shape. You have to still find appropriate positions. Knight's come back, so it's taken the power away from this being protected, but this is protecting, which is a shame because could have just taken there. So the queen is under threat. We have to move the queen out of the way. We could attack their queen. I'm going to attack the queen, keep it simple. Doesn't have to exchange, of course. It's turning out to be a nice long game, even though we haven't gone past the 45-minute mark. Here's a 15-second increment. And I think we're still taking enough time over the moves. I don't think we've done anything too silly just yet, either of us. We've gone for the basics, and they're not going for the trade, they're not interested. So how many pieces do we have on this pawn? We have 1, 2, 3. They've got 1, 2, so they've only got 2. So we could take with the knight. This rook is defending this this knight though. So that would be a bit of a situation, wouldn't it? We take, they take, the rook takes the knight, then he comes down and takes our knight. Comes down to take our knight, we take their knight. Queen is down here. We take their knight, his rook could come down here, couldn't it? Looks like he's leaving the game. Am I taking too long? Shall we try it? I think might be okay. Let's take. Looks like they've left the game. They didn't need to leave the game. Let's just see if they come back. I won't click anything. They may realise that they're winning something. As they take, we take, queen takes, we said if we take, suppose he can take back, but they've got the rook here. Although we do have the queen that can come down here and put a check on. Maybe that works for us. Don't look like they're coming back on, so we'll claim victory on that and just have a look at the analysis and watch the computer laugh in my face. Right, so we said this, and then this, and then this, then this, then this, and are we taking here? See, the picture looks different now. Are we taking here? It is saying take this, take it. And then we said this was going to come down here, but then that would be a problem for them because we would be able to come back here. But it's not showing an out and out win or anything, so this is saying queen take f2. If they take with the queen, then we go and try and attack. No, sorry, we're trying and attack. It's saying queen e2. Looks like a draw, doesn't it? Looks like a draw. Not going for the exchange because it's not happy with that. Saying queen c5. I don't really like playing against the computer, so now it's going all fancy and arty. So it could have been a draw. Interesting times. Right, I'm going to go in for the next one. Oops. Didn't need to press. Oh yeah, I did need to that. Okay, last one, 45-15. Oh, interesting little mini session. Let's push through and e4 it. Let's get the knight attacking the pawn. What? Oh no, a bomb cloudy thing. That means I'm playing some sort of very special person who has got some skills. Alright, okay, just try and take it easy then. Don't overextend. Okay, they're showing off now. Let's just take the pawn and wait for the magical movements. Bring the bishop here. Let's just bring the bishop here. In fact, no, let's do this. Don't lose any tempo. Attacking pieces. If you don't know what a bomb cloud is or whatever it is, just type it in the your internet browser search. It's where they go for cleverness, basically saying I can do whatever I want and I will beat you. Just play carefully. I'm going to come for the cheapie. I remembered that from the last game that one of the games that we played before, and checkmate. Okay, so we got lucky on that occasion, but it was a very quick game. It's a 45-minute 15 games I'm looking for here. Okay, that'll be it for now. See you later.